Alright. Now we're gonna see if things... No, it still doesn't... It's weird because now in OBS I can see... Oh, nope, there it goes. Perfect. We're in business. We're in business. How we doing today, Platt? I'm doing good. I just figured out how to bypass Sony's ridiculous. You need to buy their $100 PS5 camera just to use it. I'm like, nah. It's working just fine, by the way. Perfect. So yeah, I'm just gonna play through a couple of games and you know, just have some fun. I'm gonna work through some of the classes that I have set up based on New Frontiers, so should be pretty fun. This character, even though well, you'll see, I should hop on. You can come play with me. Black Coalition, easy to find. But no, so I've been setting up all the pilot classes based on New Frontiers. So this is actually a character that the YouTuber Modin31 plays in New Frontiers. Oh, sick. Sick. I probably saw it then. Was yours the Pulse Blade one? The one like outdoors? It's taking a while to find a game. Kind of surprised. It was a grapple pilot. Okay, I saw that one too. Yeah, I got a couple of really cool cosplay submissions. It's pretty neat. Glad I finally got this set up and working. It's been what I've been working on for most of the night. There's been a weird spike of the original concept trailer. It like got like 1,000 views overnight, and I wonder if that partially had to do with the new Apex stuff that dropped today, if that increased it any. There we go. It's about time we got into him. Amped hard point. Is Plot Coalition your PSN account name? Yep, it's plot_coalition. I'll mute so the people on PS5 don't have to listen to me talk. I thought they made the Titan. I like the stylization of them. I thought that was pretty neat. It was kind of funny because there were ideas that they have in there that I had actually used. They're part of New Frontiers, which is kind of funny. Like, because it's just a test stream, I'll kind of reveal a slight spoiler. The Titan jumping up, the Ion jumping up and using the laser core in the air, is similar to an idea or a part of New Frontiers where like there's a change in gravity and an ion does that same thing. So I thought it was kind of neat to see them implement it. I thought it was funny how on these that was a pretty rad way to open it up. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty cool to see. It definitely it added to the horror element. I was kind of like taken aback by how gruesome they actually made it. Just in an Apex piece, but kind of that return to flow. Just curious, how much money would you say you think you've spent on New Frontiers? So as far as like for production itself, there's actually been zero money put into it. It's all been volunteer work and like what I've done behind the scenes. If you're like doing it from a time point of view, you know, there's like that'd be in the thousands, but you know, that's my time. But there were like, you know, like a couple of asset packs and stuff that I picked up for myself to be able to use on any projects that I do, you know, now or in the future. But
enemy pilot destroyed.
You know, that's also left this battery. But you know, all those are expenses that I can reuse. They're not specific to New Frontiers.
Hostile pilot KIA. Salvo forward.
That's a pretty good ways to that. I'm treating it like attrition. Thank you. I know not a lot of people like playing like tone. I try to make these as close to what's in New Frontiers. Because one of the things I did like while creating it was just study like, you know, how do these characters look in these different scenarios and doing these different actions. Just so while I was animating, it could be as accurate as possible. So even just like kind of observing, you know, how they get into the Titans and stuff, it all kind of played into, you know, making the series.
Critical damage. Advise cover.
the advocates play any role in this?
Excessive damage.
Not necessarily. You know, there was a lot of focus in trying to put as many Easter eggs and like game-based things in, but there's also only so much that you can do. So like, you know, in the writing, regeneration is like something that was a pretty big element in the writing. There are tons of like, you know, little Easter eggs and things that like, you know, only from the games you'd be able to catch. But there's also, you know, little things for Apex players to do because we want to try to make it as open to as many people as possible. So to include things like, you know, there's stuff like you might catch in the background. There's a sign for Silver Pharmaceuticals, stuff like that, just to kind of tie the worlds together, but then also make it, you know, more inviting to that community, so they can watch it and kind of get, you know, more exposed to the Titanfall world. So there's a lot of stuff like that that's put there. Did okay. Didn't really play Hardpoint that well. Like how you made the Reapers absolutely horrifying in the concept. Thank you. That was actually that whole sequence with the Reapers was like the birth of this whole thing. Because originally it was just going to be like a little short that was that opener, and then that led to it turning into a trailer, which, you know, later led to what we're working on now, the full-fledged series. So it was all thanks to that Reaper scene. I wanted to include more of it in New Frontiers. I didn't get as much as I would have wanted, but I was definitely happy with the way it turned out in that trailer. It's very close to, you know, what was originally envisioned, and it kind of paved the way for all this to happen. So. It's also kind of weird because I had, when the whole thing started, when I posted the concept trailer, I had like maybe like 90 subscribers on YouTube, and then all of a sudden I had this like huge Titanfall following out of nowhere. So it's been really cool to kind of foster that, and then also have, you know, what's kind of come from there. I just accepted the friend. But tried to get it. For the 12 people that are on this stream, the reason I wanted to stream this today was to make sure that I could get the tech actually set up. We're getting the inside scoop. But so on October 28th, the anniversary of Titanfall 2, we'll be releasing the first teaser trailer for New Frontiers. So it'll be like some of the first look, official look at what they have cooked up. So that'll be releasing, and then I'm hoping to do a stream that night. You know, in case Respawn announces anything, but if not, then like we'll have a pretty rad trailer that'll be dropping. So I actually, just yesterday, I finished grinding the rest of the executions. You know, for such a long time I was playing the game, and on PS5 you could only get into private matches, and that was only on days where people were actually playing the game. So I went ahead and grinded out the rest of those. I could definitely set up a network. I think that would be cool to get, you know, fans involved. We're working through a lot of things for the release of New Frontiers, and we want to kind of do like some sort of after party after the release of each episode. So we're looking into what that might look like. So we'll probably have our own network set up and stuff.
Enemy pilot destroyed. Warning, hostile pilot on hull. Critical damage. Advise vortex shield. Warning, hostile pilot on board. Warning, multiple enemy pilots attacking. Target destroyed.
I didn't. That's the type of saying, are you taking your pills today? Nope. I don't take my pills.
Firing basic core. Friendly pilot rode over my target. Enemy Titan, warning. There is a hostile pilot on the hull.
Did you guys just see that? That Titan went through me. My goodness. Still like the Hollow one a lot. Yeah, I actually main Hollow Pilot since that's one of the main characters in this. In New Frontiers, one of the main characters is the Hollow Pilot, so I started maining that in North Star while the game was, you know, obviously still broken, so it was a neat. It was a neat thing to learn how to do, and like now that the game's, you know, unlocked again, you can actually play it. Goodness, I could not figure out where that's coming from. Man, I feel like burn cards versus boosts, like, to me personally, they're kind of interchangeable. I would definitely like to see more customization across the board. I think it'd be really cool to get more involved as far as like how much you get to customize your pilot. Because I would love to do, like, even with some of the boosts, like having specific boosts for certain pilot classes would be really nice. I also like, I really like the idea, you know, if there's something that Respawn could take from Apex, I think it would definitely be like at the start of the game. Everybody picks a different pilot for their team. I think that'd be a really nice implementation.
Friendly Titan attacking your target. Enemy pilot has ejected. Laser core ready. Pilot ejected.
People personally believe Titanfall 3 is coming. So, if it is, it's not coming for a long time. I do have not insider information, but hey, what the heck? I'm on my first stream. I might as well reveal it. So for New Frontiers, I actually reached out to the original voice actor of BT, and he was super interested, but he couldn't because of certain things that are in development and his current relationship with the Respawn, is what he told me. And I was like, well, that sure sounds a lot like something else, but I was like, okay, like, you know, just keep me in the know. And so he was pass on that, but you know, from there, as far as Titanfall 3 goes, if we see it, I think it's going to be, you know, something very different. You know, I think they're based on the kinds of games that Respawn has been doing, as far as like in the Star Wars space and whatnot. I feel like it would be quite a different game just so it wasn't a repackaged Titanfall 2, because that seemed to be their main concern with the state of the game, you know, when they were making it. So, how much of Titanfall 1 did you play? Hope you played the multiplayer campaign. So I didn't play the full campaign. I never actually had Titanfall 1, but I did play it a couple times, like with friends and stuff. You know, like we would, a lot of more of my friends were into Halo, so I didn't get to play a ton of Titanfall when the first one came out. That being said, since getting into making New Frontiers and everything, I did a lot of studying of Titanfall 1 and trying to dissect as much as I could so that it could be, you know, I wanted the whole series to be as true to Titanfall fans, Apex fans, you know, how intense the first game was and kind of the dark grittiness of it. You know, I wanted all that to be implemented, but also have something for, you know, all fans in this kind of community realm. So it's definitely it's got, you know, some lighthearted moments like Titanfall 2, but it's very heavily based on, you know, what was offered in the first Titanfall. And there goes. Yeah, so I've actually I've done a lot of grinding out of. I've regenerated twice since the game's been back online, and it's worked fine on my end. You know, I had so many credits before the game went offline, so when the game went offline, I just bought everything that I didn't have. Yeah, so New Frontiers does a lot to... Here, I'm gonna join your invite, Brick. Hop out of here. Yeah, so Titanfall has a very heavy emphasis on, or New Frontiers has a very heavy emphasis on the IMC. That's like the big focus is kind of a story centered more on what is the IMC up to in relation to, you know, what is happening in the same universe and like based off of what happened in the Titanfall 2 campaign. The IMC grunts do look kind of silly. They look I'm good with just attrition just to play, but the IMC grunts, the game assets, so when you bring them into Unreal Engine, the bones in the face don't align properly. So when their heads turn, their face gets all distorted. It's actually pretty humorous. Ooh, 3 minutes. Here, one sec. Phone call. Alright, so as it turns out, my wife was just calling, so I'm gonna hop off for now. But thanks everybody for joining the stream. Amaze Brick will definitely have to play soon and get on together. But thank everybody for being here, and yeah, hopefully I can do this again here soon. And October 28th. Stay tuned. We got some neat things coming.